Narcissists often devalue and belittle people, as well as ignore or invalidate their accomplishments, even if people support the narcissist or just met them. In this video, we look at several reasons why a narcissist feels compelled to break you down and destroy your self-esteem and self-confidence. Number 6 will shock you. Need for control and superiority. Narcissists have an inherent need to feel superior and in control. They have a fragile sense of self-esteem and they use their superiority and control over others as a defense mechanism to protect their self-esteem from potential threats or criticism. They also have deep-seated insecurities of not being good enough that fuel their need to appear and feel superior to others, as well as in control. For this serves as a way to mask and compensate for these underlying insecurities. The quickest and easiest way to gain control over others and feel superior to them is to break them down and destroy their self-esteem and self-confidence. By constantly belittling, insulting, mocking, or ignoring a person, the narcissist slowly breaks down the person's self-esteem and confidence. With the use of false accusations, backhanded compliments, gaslighting, projection, and blame shifting, the narcissist further breaks down a person and gains and maintains control over the person. The person is then less likely to challenge the narcissist or point out the narcissist's flaws and bad behaviors. The person will slowly over time become trauma bonded to the narcissist and emotionally depend on the narcissist. This ensures that the person is not likely to cross the narcissist or leave a narcissist no matter what the narcissist does to the person. Breaking the person down also devalues the person in the eyes of the narcissist, allowing the narcissist to feel better about their own shortcomings or failures. By making a person feel inferior and unworthy, a narcissist gains a sense of power, as they feel they have the power to manipulate your emotions and thus you. When a person's sense of self and their self-confidence is eroded, they start questioning their own worth and capabilities. As the narcissist is the one who made them question their worth, they then often turn to the narcissist for approval and validation to feel any sense of value or worthiness. The narcissist then becomes both their abuser and savior. This dependency on the narcissist's validation can make it difficult for a victim to break free from the abusive dynamic, as well as make it challenging for a victim to establish boundaries or assert their own needs and desires, which ensures that the narcissist does not need to be bothered by the emotions, needs or desires of a person, but can focus on the narcissist's own selfish needs. Projection of insecurities. Deep down, many narcissists hate themselves or parts of themselves. They also hate that they have deep-seated insecurities and a fragile self-esteem. However, instead of dealing with their issues, narcissists find it easier to project them onto others. Thus, they accuse you of the things they do or claim you have the flaws they hate in themselves. Then they attack you, and in a twisted way, they are then attacking and berating their own flaws without needing to do the hard work of changing themselves. You then become an emotional punching bag for the narcissist, where they take all their frustrations and hatred out on you. The sad thing is, the closer you are emotionally to the narcissist, such as a partner or family member, the more secure they feel that you will not call them out on their toxic behaviors or leave them. Thus, the more abuse you will suffer. And the more you show love to them in hopes of countering their abuse, the more secure they feel that no matter what they do to you, you will not abandon them. You will then endure the hateful words they want to say to themselves, as well as often the things they want to do to themselves due to their own deep hatred for who they feel they are deep down behind their mask. Unfortunately, by belittling and devaluing you, they only get temporary relief from their feelings of inadequacy and insecurities. Thus, they need to continually break you down. And just like a drug, the effects start to wear off over time. Thus, they need to break you down more and more to feel better about themselves, which results in the abuse often getting more frequent and severe over time. In the beginning of a relationship, it may have been occasional put-down remarks, which later changed to insults, then to cursing and name-calling, but often change to physical assault, and in some cases, ending your life. Getting rid of competition. Often a narcissist will start to attack you with put-down comments or insults soon after you met them. You may see no reason for why, as you may not even have said a word to them apart from hello. The problem is that narcissists both need to feel superior to others and look superior. The way you dress, what you drive, your confidence, or something you said may have triggered insecurities in the narcissist. You may also attract attention from other people and cause the narcissist to feel jealous in that you are stealing their limelight. It often will trigger a fear of abandonment in them, where their paranoia takes over and they envision you becoming so popular that no one pays any attention to them anymore and they are rejected or abandoned. Due to a narcissist's deep insecurities and split thinking, they cannot share the limelight with others. They are also not secure in their own value. That is why they constantly need validation of their worth and specialness from others. The moment you get more attention than them, or even just attention they feel should go to them, especially if it is in an area that the narcissist needs validation for, such as their looks or financial success, it makes you their enemy and they have to destroy you. By attacking you in social settings with insults, backhanded compliments, and more, they hope to devalue you in the eyes of others so that people once again turn their attention to the narcissist. Getting rid of a threat. Narcissists have a life-threatening allergy to the truth. Anyone who exposes who they truly are or points out their flaws to them are an existential threat to their existence. Some narcissists are so insecure that merely offering them help, giving them advice, or giving them positive criticism shatters their illusion of being perfect and causes them to have an existential crisis where fear of rejection and abandonment take them over. Even if you have not caused them a narcissistic injury, if you happen to know the truth about them or have any incriminating evidence against them, you pose a significant threat to them. For in the narcissist world, if you can cause them harm, you will. For that is what they would have done, and they think you think like them. Thus, they will go on a campaign to break you down to get power and control over you, as well as destroy you and your name, so that you either will not dare expose them, or that when you do, no one will believe you. In this case, they will often go on an extensive smear campaign to ruin your reputation and name. Some will even go so far as to call your employer and try to get you fired, pose as a customer and leave fake reviews, or even cause problems at your work by repeatedly showing up or calling and harassing other staff until you are fired so that the company can get rid of a problem. They hope that by ruining you financially, you will be so crushed that you end your life and no longer pose a threat to them. As punishment, narcissists have extremely fragile egos. They also do not separate their ideas, beliefs, accomplishments, and possessions from their own value. Thus, by disagreeing with them or criticizing their ideas, beliefs, or possessions, they see it as a personal attack on them and their worth, meaning narcissists take everything extremely personal. Due to their entitlement and need to feel special and superior, narcissists often believe that nothing they can do to you and how they make you suffer can make up for how you hurt or embarrassed them. Just saying that you do not like their shoes can cause them to hate you, as for many narcissists, when you disagree with them, they believe you are telling them that you are better than them and that they are stupid and worthless for having their opinions or ideas. Narcissists struggle to see that you can disagree with their ideas and still value them. As to a narcissist, their ideas, beliefs, and actions are part of them. So if you reject or criticize anything of them, you reject or criticize them as a person. Thus, even if they ruined your life, many will still hold a grudge against you and will not hesitate to take any opportunity to insult or ruin you if it comes along, regardless if it is 10 or 50 years later. The other problem is that human memory is not perfect, And the more we recall a memory, the more it is affected by our current emotions and beliefs. Thus, a memory can be made into a more pleasant or more hurtful experience than it actually was. This is the basis for CBT therapy. As the narcissist mainly have a negative view to the people who caused them a narcissistic injury, over time, the narcissist will often convince themselves that what you said or did to them was worse than it actually was. And frequently, they will then convince themselves that you did it on purpose, even if at first they agreed that it was an accident. Thus, something that in the beginning might not have been that big a deal, and what you thought was sorted out or forgiven, can make the narcissist hate you later and cause them to seek revenge on you. They may then ruin your life while you have no idea as to why. Often when you do find out the reason, you may be shocked at how much damage they did to you over a trivial thing. Of course, if you do start to fight back, they will use that as an excuse to do more harm to you, because they believe you have no right to do anything to them, no matter what they do to you. Sadism. Some people derive pleasure and enjoyment from inflicting physical, emotional, or psychological pain and suffering, as well as humiliation on others. Thus, you may have done nothing wrong and see no reason for them to attack you, yet they seem hell-bent on destroying you. A sadistic narcissist will frequently not stop attacking you even when hurting you comes at a great cost to them, as they are not just in it for financial or power gain, but also for the pleasure hurting you gives them. For sadistic narcissists, being able to destroy a person and their success make them feel like gods and bring great joy to them. Many of them have deep-seated anger and hatred for the world and just want to see it all burn down. And seeing others in pain and misery alleviates the toxic emotions burning inside them. Unfortunately, this is only temporary, and the more they hurt others to feel good, the more they need to hurt others, and the more pain they have to cause a person to feel a sense of relief. Such a person sometimes only stops when they cannot find you, the law stops them, or they are no longer around to hurt you. To learn more about narcissism, see the video suggested to you right now.